The following podcast has been brought to you by Audible.com. Sign up now using the URL audibletrial.com/TTV to get a free audiobook of your choosing. We recommend Brick by Brick, How Lego Rewrote the Rules of Innovation and Conquered the Global Toy Industry. You may recognize this as one of the sources we use in our show, Bionicle Autopsy. Remember, that's audibletrial.com/TTV. Enjoy the show.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
Sync.
Hey everybody, I'm Kahi.
I'm Viper.
And I'm Purple Dragon.
And welcome to TTV Talks.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo.
What episode are we on? Anybody know?
I have no clue,
I don't
like in
know.
the 50s or 60s.
Yeah, I think we just started the 60s, like 61 or something.
Oh yeah, the 60s.
Oh, full of hippies and groovy
I thought that was
people.
the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, I did too.
Pretty sure, I think the 60s were pretty hippie.
Because
Like,
I remember
Well,
my
how
mum and
would you
dad
know? You
had a
weren't
hippie
there.
phase. Unless they were baby hippies. Then I don't know.
no, I mean, the hippie culture really settled in the 70s. But during the 60s, it was when the Beatles were coming out, that kind of thing.
Maybe,
People are
yeah.
really
the
getting
60s
to the
were more
whole...
of like a transition point between the 50s
Yeah,
and
it was-
70s. Like,
Well, all the baby boomers were growing up during the 60s. So all the baby boomers after World War II, that's their age when they were coming around. And then the 70s really got into the super hippie era, I think. I'm not completely sure. But of all the heavy drugs and all that stuff.
My mum
then
and dad
the
were
80s
hippies.
happened. And the 80s were just another thing. And then the 90s were us. And then the 2000s were... Which decade was the best, do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I would have to live in them to know.
yeah, I've only really lived in this one. And I guess the 2000s, since it is technically past halfway through another
Either
decade.
the 2000s or the 90s. I want to live in the 90s.
The 90s?
The 90s just feel really nostalgic. I was only there for a few years.
like the,
but whenever you see
teenage
90s stuff, it's oh, this was my childhood, even though it really wasn't.
It's like the teenage angst and the skateboarding rebellious type thing.
It's perfect
which I
for
really
me.
Enjoy. Yeah,
Yeah,
same.
it kind of does feel like it's up Purple's alley. Isn't that when email really became big? It was during the 90s?
MSN.
Wow.
MSN.
Yeah.
MSN Messenger. Man, that's how me and LJ started talking initially, was on MSN Messenger.
Oh my
In
gosh.
2000 and I'm going to say 2009-ish, maybe.
Wow.
Right at the end of Messenger is when we started talking on there. And that's how we set up the interview for me to be on TTV, is through MSN Messenger.
Wow.
Really?
I listened to that interview. It was really, really bizarre. Everyone's voices were just so high pitched. It was who are you?
Everyone's
I know.
so young. I went back and listened to that. My voice is super high. LJ's
Yeah,
voice is...
it's like-
Meso is basically a different person.
Yeah.
Yeah, Messo's just kind of he's still got a low voice, but it's there's no bass to it. It's just
Well, the thing
"Hi,
with Meso
guys."
is
Slow.
I don't ever remember Meso's voice dropping. I don't remember him coming in the call and being hey guys, and we're oh Meso, your voice dropped. You hit puberty finally. I don't remember that. It just
didn't
slowly
it
happened.
Didn't it just when he'd talk, he'd be there's...
Oh, he used to do the I don't know what you call it.
It's when your voice cracks.
Yeah, his voice did used to crack quite a
My
bit.
cousin's voice used to do that all the time. Twice in sentences, every once in a sentence, he'd be "Hi guys, my name is Thomas." And you'd be what?
That is a unique thing that I feel that's a unique male experience, is having your voice change from when you're a kid
I know.
into an actual deep voice.
And,
That's a thing that happens to just about everybody.
Growing an Adam's apple. That's always
Right.
every time I say, I don't know what it is, but it's when there's a guy with a massive Adam's apple, it's kind of disgusting.
Yeah.
It
It's
just kind of moves about.
What
You're
is that?
what is that? You
Does it
swallow an egg
hurt?
and it's stuck in your throat? Yeah.
It does not hurt. It just I don't even know how to describe it. You forget it's there until you try to like feel your neck and you feel it move up and down. It's completely like a separate thing. I guess if you swallow really hard, you'll feel it go like down and up.
That's so uncanny. Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, that's basically it though. That's the difference there.
Yeah, usually like if guys like have like crane, like inverted crane necks, you know, and they like kind of like their heads are kind of like pushed back and the neck's pushed forward. Like there's certain guys with like they have massive like it makes the Adam's apple look like it's a separate entity on their neck, and you're like, Jesus.
It's like they have cancer. You're like, I'm sure. Have you gone to a doctor recently?
You should like find someone who's like that and tape googly eyes onto it and like draw a face.
It like stares you in the face, and you're just like,
listen, there's probably one fan out there that's really offended now. He's like, they know. Maybe that's something he's really self-conscious about. We're making fun of him.
So
I'm sure there's more than one fan. Our age demographic is about around that age, more or less.
I guess so.
You know, hitting like puberty and everything.
Yeah, there's a huge bunch of our demographic that's around that age, I guess.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
That's what I meant.
Hey, you should like people in the comments. You should be like, hey, you know, I'm this old.
Wow, that's not creepy at all.
Yeah.
No, you just want to get a gauge.
For your age. Hey kids, how old are you? It's like,
hey kid,
that's
how
a
old
normal
are you?
question to ask for a survey from a channel. We're just wondering to know what age bracket are you?
Well, then make it anonymous. Make like a poll on the boards. But
we should totally do that. Actually,
I'd say that's a better idea.
We'll do like, and we'll make it like, we'll just bracket it from 16 to 18 and like 14 to 15 or something.
Yeah,
just so we can have an idea of like how, like, what's the demographic on our boards, because YouTube gives us ages, but they're all like, a lot of them are fake. A lot of them are say, oh, the most common birthday is January 1st. Because when you register
like
for a Facebook account or a YouTube account, you're like, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just skip, like, I make myself 18 on all my accounts, like, just so I can access everything.
According to the YouTube statistics, there is a
18.
very, very high amount of middle-aged women that watch TTV. And that baffled it. Back when we started out, we were like, why are all these? And then we were like, oh, it's the parents' accounts. Someone's watching on their mom's account or something. That's
maybe you guys just have a lot of weird fangirls. Who knows?
No,
yeah.
I like moms.
Well, now we understand all those LJ comments, huh?
Let's all shiver.
Anyway, whenever I would make a social media account, I'd like set my age to like the oldest it could possibly be, up until I was like, I don't know, like an adult. So now I like just
it's
put my
people like
age.
you that ruin our demographic reports.
It's like, congratulations at your 110th birthday. I'm like, thanks. I feel so incredibly young for an age like that.
Why do they even like put those on there? Like,
listen, I hate it when my friends don't do that on Facebook. When my friends don't put their real birthday on Facebook, I'm so mad. Because I'm like, do you expect me to remember your birthday? Of course I can't remember. It's why I have Facebook to do it for me. You can just be like, hey, today's blank's birthday. And you can be like, oh, I'm going to see him today. I'll say happy birthday. Or I'll call him or do something. I can't remember people's birthdays. I'm sorry.
I'm just really bad at dates.
It's just, no.
Yeah, I accidentally I accidentally messed up my birthday on Facebook, and now it's like the day before instead of like my actual birthday. It's like, I for some reason it won't let me change it like ever, and it's like, no.
So you know who truly remembers your birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I always check like the person's news feed first, just in case, like look for like them, like their family or something. So I'm like pretty 100% sure that it is their birthday. Instead of just being like, happy birthday, and they're like, it's not my birthday, and I'm like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, I like.
Here's the thing with birthdays, right? It's like a thing where it's like, I'm not one of those people that don't care about birthdays. Like, I think that they're important. They're a good way to celebrate something. It's a day individually for you. But at the same time, it's not a big deal if like people don't remember, or if like they just forget, or it's like, it doesn't register on my thing at all if people don't wish me happy birthday. You know, it's not like even a thing, you know?
Yeah, I'm usually just like curious about it. Like, I never post anything on Facebook, so the only way people would know is like if they just remember, I guess. So like when someone does remember, it's like, oh, hey, that's pretty cool. But like, I remember all of my friends' birthdays, but I never actually get them anything because like I'm lazy, honestly. Like, I'll be like, hey,
No,
happy
I don't-
birthday.
Gift
I might
is
get
you
like a chocolate
remembering.
bar, but like, I don't,
Yeah.
I don't know what to get. Like, no one
same.
says
I
what
don't
they
want to get my
want.
friends. It's like, just don't
I wish
get me
everyone just had
anything.
a
And then
wish
you're
list
like,
or
okay,
something.
so you don't get them anything. And then they like get really snide about it. They're like, you didn't get me anything. Like, you didn't ask for anything.
Yeah, if you don't ask for anything, then you're not gonna get anything. See how that
Does
works?
that happen? Does it happen with you a lot? Like where people be like, "Don't get me anything," and then they're mad when you don't get them anything.
Yeah. See, like,
Yeah.
when I say that, I mean it.
Yeah,
It's
or like
like
people
when I'm
who
like,
don't want
Yeah.
to tell you what they want because they want you to just automatically know and surprise you with what they want. But like, if you don't know what they want, then you're not gonna get that. Do you see how that works?
I get it. Fair. I kind of get it, I guess, in the sense that like,
Lack of
Let me ask you
communication messes people up.
let me ask you
Yeah,
something. All right, so we have this already established script of like, oh, don't get me anything, but really I want something, and you're like, no, it's like I mean, what would you two, as the two female members in our cast, what would you two like as a gift? That's like, well, and take nerdy stuff away from it, not because of anything. That's probably what you would want anyways, but because like that's an interest that like obviously I would get, Lego sets or like because I know you guys and you're interested in that, but like. Outside of that, what would people who are like, what would girls like, girls who are not nerds, what would you say like, oh, they'll probably maybe enjoy this?
Wait, you
I don't
mean
know
like
what's happening.
I mean,
predict like what other girls want or what we
Yeah.
want if we couldn't
No,
get what we want?
why are
Yeah,
you being
okay,
so
what would you
specific
want if you
about
couldn't get
it?
what you
You're
want?
like, oh, what do
Because-
girls want as opposed to like in general?
Yeah, that's a very broad question. Simply
Yeah, like
because
you're
like
just trying to generalize all girls, and it's like, that
It's not
doesn't
like-
work.
I am.
because I like some girls would
ask.
want like makeup or clothes, but I wouldn't like because
Yeah, like,
I have
I want,
really
like,
specific
Copic
taste
markers
in
and
clothes.
Legos. Meanwhile, my other friends would want like more art supplies or like a stuffed animal
Yeah.
or something. It's like,
Okay, let me ask you this: are you okay with gift cards? Are like gift cards an
Yeah.
okay thing? for
yeah,
you?
I'm totally
Yeah,
fine
I'm cool
with
with
gift
gift
cards.
cards.
Personally,
What
I
about,
prefer just plain cash, so I can like.
Yeah, cash.
Yeah.
Okay, you good with cash?
Yeah.
People,
Cash is
people
always a good
sometimes
go-to
they get
one.
really anal about cash. They don't like people giving them cash. That's like a huge no.
Really,
thing for
that's
them.
like the opposite in my family.
Right. I
Yeah,
was always
that's
realized
cash.
So weird.
cash you can literally use for anything.
Yeah, that's
Get,
the thing.
Get me cash. I'm happy. I don't need something to be like,
It's like also you don't
Tide
need
me
to
over.
depend on like whether your parents are choosing the right thing for you. Just
Right.
let me do it for you.
right, exactly.
It's like you ask, like, I don't know, like, you'll ask, like, a family member for something and they'll get you something completely different and you're like, you can't be spoiled and be like, oh, I don't like this very much. You're kind of like, well, thanks. And then you're just like, oh, I'm gonna die.
Well, okay, what's the worst gift you've gotten from like people?
Oh man.
Anybody?
Ballet shoes.
Do you do ballet?
Oh.
That was the one present I could not facade. I was like, what are those? What are
Wow.
those? Why has someone got me ballet shoes? I don't even do ballet, they're pink. Ugh. Why are
Wow.
they pink? I'm like the most tomboyish person in this family and you give me frickin' ballet shoes? Is this a joke?
Wow.
I
I don't know.
actually
Was it a
reacted
joke?
in that way. No, it wasn't.
Oh my gosh. Nah, I have no idea what the worst present I've ever gotten was, because like everyone knows I love Lego, so like they just get me Lego. And the thing about Lego sets is that even if you already have the set, now you have a whole bunch of extra pieces. So it's like, bleh.
I got some Mega Blocks.
Are you
Or
serious?
maybe it was like some knockoff Lego for a birthday once, and I was like,
Actually, no, that has happened to me before.
Thanks.
This one time several years ago, my dad got me a Mega Block set, but he got it because it was the Mega Bloks Dragons. So I mean, obviously, I was totally fine with that. But that's
Right,
the
right,
only
right.
time I've ever like been happy with Mega Bloks.
Yeah. Well, usually I find a way to, like, use the presents I have, even though they're not something I want. Like, I don't know, for the last, like, 3 or 4 years that I've had Christmas, people have got me, like, clothes and things like that, and, like, moisturizer and things like that. They're pretty, like, presents, honestly, but, like, they're useful, you know? It's not, like, something useless. You can
Yeah.
use them. But yeah, like, I remember when people give me, like, the same gifts. Like, that's
wow.
happened to me several times.
That actually happened to me once. This one year, all of my friends, quite literally all of my friends, got me a pack of, like, sketching pencils. So now I have, like, 20 of them. And, like, most of them are unopened. Like, I think I might have opened one of them. But for the most part, they've all just been, like, in the dark corner of my room collecting dust.
Man, that's a lot. So they just, like, they all gave you the same gift?
Yeah,
basically?
pretty much.
Man.
It's kind of funny because, like, I can still use the pencils and stuff, and I don't really have to worry about, like, getting a pencil sharpener because I have 20 other packs. But, like,
Apparently, from what I've heard, and this is every friend of mine that's a guy says that girls are the hardest to buy gifts for, and every friend I have that's a girl says that guys are the hardest people to buy gifts for. So, apparently, there's this divide against, like, what's considered a good gift. And I feel like if people just accepted cash, or people accepted cash as a thing to do, it'd solve so many problems. I don't know why cash is not accepted.
I know, like, I
don't either.
don't
Like,
understand either.
Like, I can kind of understand if you want, like, a handmade present, because it kind of shows that the person put a bunch of effort into it, but at the same time, you could just, like, commission them to make a handmade present with the cash they got you.
It's like, here, make what you want. Don't let your dreams be dreams.
The whole thing behind the thought that counts is that, well, if you're a really good friend, you would do that. Which, that makes sense.
But, like, if you're a really good friend,
friends,
you would also know that I just want cash.
Right,
So.
exactly. It's this thing where it's like, listen, I'm okay with just cash. I really am. I as a college student, I need money. I just need money
Yeah.
to survive right now.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, them video games ain't gonna do me much good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess you could sell them, but don't sell them at GameStop.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like when people, like, ask you to make them a present and you just have no clue what they would like in a present.
Yeah, it's like all these problems could be solved
if
if you ask what people want and they actually tell you. Like, just
See,
tell
I do
people what
ask
you want.
and they're
Oh,
like-
that's another thing. Yeah, if that was acceptable, if you could be like, "Hey, I want this," and people are like, "Okay, cool, I'll get that for you," or you could have, like, a wedding registry just for your birthday. You know, like they would be like, "All right, let's search up Prpl. What does Prpl want?" And it's like, "Oh, there's a list of stuff that you want." And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, well, I'll get that.
Give me
Like,
cash.
someone should just send the link to the Amazon wish list and then my friends
Exactly.
can
That
get
would be
stuff
so
off of
great.
there.
My
No,
friend
But it's
actually
just
sent me
like-
his for his birthday.
It's just like you go over to someone, you're like, hey, I'm thinking about getting you a gift. What do you want for your birthday or Christmas, whatever? They're like, oh, just give me something. I'm just like, oh, just give me a freaking idea. It doesn't have to be, like, specific.
Just
with a
write-
video game
just-
or something like that.
Just write the word something on, like, a sticky note and give it to them.
Something. Yeah.
How about, all right, and one thing, and then I want to actually talk about best gifts, because I think that might provide some insight into all of us. I forgot, were you just talking about what, cash gifts?
Yeah. And,
I
like,
think
asking
that
people about what they
Asking
want.
people for the gifts. My friends who are getting married, they put up their wedding registry on Amazon, and it was the best thing anybody has ever done. Because this is the first time I've had to, like, buy gifts by myself for a wedding. It's always been my dad and my mom. You know, they get their wedding invitation, but this is my friend who's getting married, so I have to do all this stuff myself. I really did not want to go out to, like, Bed Bath and Beyond or whatever, and then have to, like, input the name of the registry. And so they said, okay, this is our registry. It's on Amazon. And I'm like, yes. I went on Amazon, found a gift, clicked it. Amazon allows you to gift wrap it. So I had it gift wrapped. I added a note. I had to personalize it. I chose wrapping paper. I sent it to myself. It's now in my closet. I'm just going to give it to them when they're wedding. I don't have to worry about anything. It just got shipped to my house.
Yeah, that's so convenient.
I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, I'm probably
man.
going to do that on my next birthday.
Yeah, not
Except the
gonna
thing
lie,
is,
that sounds great.
a lot of the time I don't actually know what I want. Like, for my last birthday, I had, like, literally no idea what I wanted until my mom, like, sort of offered to paint my car purple. So, like, that's what I got for my birthday, and that's probably
kinda
one of the
cool.
best presents I've ever gotten.
It's awesome.
What's the best present you've received, Viper?
I don't really know, honestly. It's just kind of like, just stuff that I've wanted for a long time. Like, I don't know, like when I got my first Nintendo DS, that was pretty, like, overwhelming. Because it's just like, I didn't expect to get it because Mum was like, yeah, it's so expensive, you're not having it. I'm like, okay. So I just kind of, like, let it kind of go. And then, like, I, opened it at Christmas and was like, you should have. But really, I'm like, yeah.
Let's see. I mean, my dad did get me a car. That was nice. That was really
when
nice.
I got
Oh yeah, I got a car too.
Yeah, and I've gotten Lego sets before that were huge, and I've really enjoyed that. I think, but the best gift I feel that's brought me the most amount of like enjoyment over time was when my dad came back one day and he bought us a Wii. And it was an early Christmas present, and it was like we didn't have a lot of the modern consoles back then, but they really liked the Wii, so we bought the Wii. That was great, but even better than that was my uncle who lives in Malaysia. He came and he sent my parents another Christmas gift, which was a Nintendo DS. But it wasn't just a Nintendo DS; it was a Nintendo DS from Malaysia, which meant that it had a little nifty card that came with an SD card that you could swap out with all the games on it. And so you just have to put the SD card inside your computer, load up all the games on it, and put it out. That's how, and that's in Malaysia, that's how they do it. They sell every DS you will get. Well, not every DS you will get. Like, you go to the mall and buy a DS, it comes with that. It's just how the thing works. So we had this little chip that could get any single DS game that we wanted to play on it. And that gave me so much enjoyment. That was such a great thing to get, because we didn't have to buy DS games from then on.
Yeah,
we just kind of got them some other way.
My first Bionicle set.
Aww. Oh yeah, I used to get Bionicle sets all the time for my birthday.
Yeah, I used to, back when they were actually sold.
Yeah.
Right? And then by the time I was old enough to buy them, they were no longer on the market. So I only basically got one Bionicle set a year for my birthday.
Yeah.
I got
I'm old enough to
I have a lot of 2006, but...
See, I wanted to get more 2006, but for some reason I decided to buy, like, a hamsters game instead of, like, buying, like, all the Prpl, and I regret it so much.
Why would you do that?
Why would you buy a hamster game?
If you ever have the option to buy Bionicle sets, get the Bionicle sets.
I know, right? It's like, and the game sucked. The hamster kept biting me and being mean to me. I'm like, I wish I brought the Prpl, man.
Yeah, Prpl will bite me. Like the hamster.
They wouldn't dare. I'll disfigure them if they do.
I'd be more concerned about the fact that a toy would come to life, but...
Oh, yeah. That'd be creepy if the Prpl could do, like, with a kind of Toy Story.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Toy Story 4 spoilers.
Nice try.
Whatever.
Good effort.
But
anyway.
Yeah. So,
all right, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really had many great gifts. It's just been, like, gifts that I've needed and I appreciate, and most gifts, really, I appreciate and then kind of forget about them. Is that kind of bad to say? Like...
No, yeah. I used to do that. I mean, no, I used to do that. I do that all the time now, where I forget when I've gotten gifts. And honestly, like, the gifts that I get nowadays that I'd like to get are like stuff that I would have hated as a kid, like clothes. If I got clothes today, if I got like a pair of socks, I'd be like, yes, finally.
See, I like socks too.
I need socks. I need like underwear. I need like t-shirts. I need like, I hated clothes as a kid. When you're a kid, you're like, clothes? Really?
I know, right?
Yeah,
but now
I'm
it's
still
like,
kind
man,
of like that, honestly.
I need that.
That's what I mean. It's just like, I don't like it when, like, someone doesn't know me and they buy me clothes because they just assume that I'm, like, this typical teenage girl who wants to wear, like, you know, like, pinky stuff, and I'm just like, ugh.
Do typical teenage girls wear pinky stuff?
Well, you know what I mean? Just, like, kind of, like, feministic type clothes, where it's, like...
You mean feminine?
Yeah, feminine.
I don't know if feministic is the type of clothes you're going for there.
Yeah, just like feminine clothes or like dresses, and I don't like dresses. I hate dresses. So it's just like...
Can you imagine like someone going up to the store and like, yes, I would like a girl's I voted shirt, please?
Wow. But speaking of dresses, the only dress I own is just like sitting on top of my punching bag in my room. It's just kind of floating there.
I don't know if I was a girl, if I would ever wear a dress either. It feels...
I don't like them.
It appears very constricting.
They hinder my movement and I hate them.
Right.
It's weird because it's like, it's constricting, but at the same time you have more like movement. But...
You have more movement?
Yeah. Like, your legs
How does that mean?
Your legs aren't constrained by pants.
Oh, right. Okay, I guess. All right, fair enough.
Yeah, and then if you have
I
like
guess
one of
you
those
do have a
strapless
point.
dresses, then you can move your arms all around. But I don't know. I don't have one of those.
You do have a point, but like I just don't like them.
Is there a way that you sit if you have a dress? Like, is there like a
Not
sitting
really.
etiquette?
I mean, you cross your legs, I guess.
You have to cross your
Or
legs?
it depends on the dress. It depends on the dress, really. If it's a long dress, you shouldn't have to worry. But if it's like a short dress, then I guess you have to kind of,
Because
know,
like a
like-
skirt?
yeah,
I
like
never
kind of
really
cover
thought
it.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I hate
because I don't
wearing
wear
dresses.
skirts or
They're just
dresses.
So uncomfortable.
What do you not like wearing?
Dresses.
Yeah. Also, like they get
dresses and
caught on
skirts.
everything.
Yeah. They're so
So
weird.
anyways.
Yeah.
Well,
Dress-
I think we
Talks about
should
dresses.
probably wrap up kind of soon.
Yeah.
But in
Yeah.
summary, what do you? All right, no. Cash is great. You should get cash, except for people that don't like cash. Don't get them cash.
Oh, hey, when are your
the
guys' birthdays? So the audience
Oh.
knows.
Yeah, mine
2nd
is
of January.
2nd of January.
It's the
Mine is
lamest
June
birthday.
6th.
Mine's November 7th. So if you want to get me something,
Yeah,
You'll
you
know
want
when
to do
to do
something
it.
on the message boards. You can totally do it. But yeah, no, that's when my birthday's gonna be coming up.
Nobody will be getting me anything because my birthday's like a week exactly after Christmas.
Oh, but yeah, that sucks.
I have like the crappiest birthday you could get. It's like
Well,
it's not.
I actually
it's not
have a
as
friend whose birthday is the day after Christmas. So
Oof.
yeah.
Oh,
Ouch.
Yeah.
Well, also, it's kind of like, it's not like the 1st of January, it's not like New Year's Day, so it's just like the new year and a new me. It's like the new age for me, and then it's like, no, it's literally just the day after, and no one cares about it. It's like, oh. Wow.
Oh.
That is really sad.
But yeah, anyway, bye.
Yeah, bye.
There we go.
That's
Goodbye,
my
everybody.
sob story.
That was it.
Goodbye.
I'm Kahi.
I'm Viper.
And I'm Purple Dragon.
Welcome and thanks
Welcome,
for listening to this
welcome.
low. Yeah, no,
Welcome.
sorry.
Welcome to the end of TTV Talks.
Welcome to the end of TTV Talks episode we couldn't
Episode
figure out in time.
60
It's like 61, I
something.
think.
60 something. Watch it be like TTV 80 something or something.
That would be really weird. Because, like, the last one was in the 60s. So the fact that it would jump, like, 20 episodes. But anyway, bye.